Čelik. A king has 3 sons and 3 daughters. On his deathbed, he makes his sons swear that they will marry off their sisters to the first person who asks. One night, a booming voice demands that one sister be given to him. The 2 older brothers are reluctant, while the youngest heeds his father's dying request and hands her over. The same thing happens for the next 2 nights, until all the sisters are giving away to mysterious strangers. The 3 brothers then decide to go and search for their sisters. Throughout their travels, each brother fights many-headed serpents, the youngest tossing the serpent into a lake, putting out their campfire. So he has to go out alone to find fire, and using his wits, he defeats 9 giants that were terrorizing the region. Finally, he rescues a princess from the giant's village and is allowed to marry the princess. He lives in her castle and is allowed to visit any of the rooms except one which is bound with chains, the one forbidden thing. When his wife is away from the castle, he goes inside the room and comes across a man bound in chains. The man calls himself Čelik, and he begs for 3 glasses of water. Every time Čelik drains a glass, the prince receives an extra life. When the 3rd glass is handed to him, Čelik regains his massive strength, breaks the chains, opens his wings, and flies away with the youngest son's wife. Now the prince sets out a new request to rescue his wife. On the way, he discovers that his sisters were married to the lords of dragons, hawks, and eagles. He visits their castles and is welcomed, but when he tells each lord of his plans to defeat Čelik, they try to stop him, telling him it's impossible. The young prince refuses to listen, so each lord gives him a magical feather that, when burned, will summon their armies. He tries to rescue his wife, but each time fails and loses his life. On the 4th time, he fails again and dies, but not before he burns the feathers, and his body is saved by his brothers-in-law. They resurrect him using the magical water from River Jordan. At this point, the prince's wife learns that Čelik cannot be killed, because his life is in a bird that is in the heart of a fox in a forest of a high mountain. Helped by the lords, the prince finally slays Čelik and rescues his wife.